Action.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's called Stop the Internet Podcast. My name is Kelly.
And I'm your sister host, Erin.
We're sisters, everyone. Surprise.
Surprise.
In case you didn't hear.
If you've literally never listened to a single episode ever,
yeah,
you might not know.
And hopefully you'll like our podcast.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about dramatic assholes.
Okay.
Or maybe they're assholes. We'll see.
I'm not even dramatic, so this is just going to be everyone sounds so dramatic.
Yeah, we've never been dramatic
about anything.
And that's our MO.
Yeah.
Life updates?
Well, big things are happening in Philly right now. The Sixers are in the playoffs. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. Taylor Swift's coming to town next week.
Swifties! We're going to try to make a vlog. So if you like Taylor Swift, keep an eye out.
Come watch our whole day. We are planning a huge party for the concert.
I'm not going to promise a video because I feel like I'm going to get caught up in the moment, but I'm really going to try to make a vlog.
And if you are in the Philadelphia area and you are a Swiftie, message us and come hang out with us.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun.
We are planning a huge party. It's not going to be like an Eagles tailgate where you're like drunk by 10 a.m. But we are going to sing and dance and be happy all day. So come hang out with us.
If you're in Philly, message us and we'll tell you what day we're going.
Message us.
That would be so fun.
I know. We'll tell you what day we're going and then we can meet up in the parking lot.
Yay! Okay, fun. Yeah, that can be our fun fact of the week. We're huge Swifties. In case you haven't listened to the last 30 episodes where we talk about Taylor Swift at least once
and
on
even
everyone.
If we don't talk about Taylor Swift, and you're not a Swiftie, you wouldn't know, but she is quoted in much conversation that is not acknowledged.
If we ever start speaking in spontaneous prose and it's really beautiful poetry, it's probably a Taylor Swift lyric.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's jump into it.
Yay.
Am I the asshole for sending an email to the rest of the family about my sister-in-law's behavior on vacation? My husband and I decided to bring our 2 kids to Disney World for 4 days now that they are old enough to appreciate it. My husband and I are not in the best of shape, so we decided to invite his sister and her husband along with us. We had 2 separate rooms. We assumed we would spend our time in the parks together since it was, after all, a family vacation. The first day in the park, we all did a few attractions together, but then we went to bring the kids to meet some characters. She said she and her husband had other things in the park they wanted to do and would meet back up with us. We didn't see them until after dinner. We watched fireworks together and then went back to the hotel. The second day, we went to Epcot. They stuck around with us until the afternoon, but then split up with us again to drink around the world. When we met up with them for dinner, they were very clearly tipsy in front of the kids. Very mature. When we got back to the hotel that night, I knocked on their door after the kids were asleep. I asked them if they were going to spend any time with the family on this vacation and told them running around an amusement park with kids all day is exhausting and we could use help. She claimed the time they were spending with us was enough, but they wanted to do their own thing too. She made a rude comment that she didn't take off days of work to be our babysitter. The next 2 days, we didn't speak to them at all, and they did their own thing and we did ours with our kids. We didn't see them again until the flight home, which was awkward. I was so upset that they ruined the experience for our kids who were looking forward to I'm sorry. I was so upset that they ruined the experience for our kids who were looking forward to spending time with their aunt that when I got home, I wrote an email to our immediate family about the experience. And at the end, I told them this was the reason we would be going low contact with sister-in-law. I included sister-in-law on the email and sent it and went to sleep. I woke up to a ton of angry texts from my husband's family calling me ridiculous. I just assumed she would spend time with the family on a family vacation. Clearly, she does not value family.
Oh my God. Asshole. Done. Are you kidding?
Girly.
This just makes me so mad.
The drama.
Like, you are the dramatic asshole. You absolutely are. That makes me so mad because it's like, okay, I might get a lot of hate for saying this, so please be nice in the comments. However, I am a firm believer that if I want my life to revolve around kids, I will have my own kids. I have gone to restaurants with significant others and had screaming children, like running behind our chairs, hitting us, like touching us. And when I roll my eyes, I've heard the parents say like, oh, you'll get to that point in life. Like, no, I'm 28 years old. If I wanted to be at that point in my life, I would be. If I'm going to go on a vacation to Disney World with my friends or my family that has kids, that's great. We can enjoy time together. But unless you are paying me to come with you and be the babysitter, I do not owe you anything.
Yeah.
You chose to have kids. You chose to bring them on vacation. I chose not to have kids so that I can go on this vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know, like that just irks me so much because it's like I said, if I wanted my life to revolve around children, I would have my own children. That's why I don't have children, because I don't want my life to revolve around yours.
She's crazy. Not
She's
Erin,
crazy.
though.
Oh my God.
The OP. Yeah, she really admitted that she and her husband are not in good shape. So they invited the sister-in-law on the family vacation. It's like, did you invite her? Or did you secretly think that if she was there, she would end up babysitting your kids? Because it sounds like that.
Yeah, like if you wanted to bring a babysitter along, pay a babysitter to come along. And you do not just assume someone else is going to take responsibility for your kids.
Yeah, like if she needed help with the kids, she should have said that to the sister-in-law and set the expectation from the beginning and been like, would you want to come with us? I'll pay for your room if you help me manage the children.
Right. You and offer them something in exchange.
When she says, oh, we went to Epcot and they wanted to drink around the world. It's like, yeah, that's literally the appeal of going to Epcot.
No,
that's
I
what
know.
everyone does. And she's like, they were a little bit tipsy at dinner. Like, God
First of all,
forbid they have a glass of wine.
And if you knew that they were going drinking around the world and this is a concern to you, don't meet up with them for dinner.
Yeah.
Second of all, I mean, I shouldn't say this, but like in most cases, that's not a problem. Maybe in their case it is, but like you can't be mad at them for doing something that they want to do on their vacation.
I know. And when she's like, our kids wanted to meet characters and they had other stuff they wanted to do. And then they didn't meet up with us till dinner. It's
I'm
like,
sorry that they don't want to meet the characters.
That's literally just how it works. It's okay if someone splits off from the group for a few hours. Like, God forbid.
If I take my little children, or even like my friends' kids, like if I take little children to Disney World and they're like, Erin, let's go see Cinderella. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take you to see Cinderella. And Kelly's like, I'm gonna peel off here. I'm gonna hit Splash Mountain while you guys go hug Cinderella because that doesn't really like tickle my fancy. I'm gonna be like, great, go enjoy Splash Mountain. You're probably gonna wait in line longer there than I am at Cinderella, but it's fine. That's what you want to do, and that's what I and my little kiddos want to do.
Yeah.
You can't be mad about that.
I was just dying at how dramatic she was. She was so mad that the sister-in-law enjoyed her own vacation and didn't just offer to babysit her kids 24/7. And then this is why she's deciding to go low contact with the sister-in-law. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're either extremely dramatic and you're so far in the wrong, or you have a secret other reason why you want to go low contact with her. Mm-hmm. And this is the excuse you're using. I low-key think it's the first option, though. I think she's actually just crazy and so dramatic and needs to relax.
Yeah. And it's like, is she entitled to think someone else to take care of her kids?
Probably.
Like, does she normally get free babysitting or watching them out of it? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she's got something to worry about.
Yeah.
And if you can't handle, like if you're out of shape, but you know it's your dream to take your kids to Disney World, go in 6 months and exercise for 6 months if the issue is being out of shape. Or like, don't go for a full 4 days. Go for 1 day. Or do what me and Kelly did.
Pay a babysitter to come with you.
That's what I'm saying.
The one time Erin and I flew to Disney World for a day, we flew from, I think we might have told this story before, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
We flew to Disney World for 1 day, flew to Florida in the morning from Philly, went to Magic Kingdom for the day, and flew home at night. And I have never been more tired.
You know what? I have been more tired working like longer shifts than that at the hospital. But yeah, I mean, we did catch like a 5:30 a.m. flight. We were at Magic Kingdom when it was opening pretty much. And I think we were on the first ferry like to the park.
We did well.
We got on almost every ride we wanted to go on.
I know, it was amazing.
Yeah, and that like got our little Disney kick out because we spent most of COVID, like most of the world, when Disney Plus came out, watching our childhood Disney movies. And we were like, we just need to get it out of our systems, go see the castle, and move on with our lives. So we did.
Move on with our lives.
We did it in 1 day only. We have a vlog about it on YouTube.
Yeah, go watch it.
You can watch it. But it was a lot of fun. So if you have and honestly too, if you don't have the means but you're dying going to go to Disney World, we did it very cheap. We did it because for whatever reason there was cheap $50 round trip flights that day. And then going to the theme park for the day was the same as going to really any theme park for the day.
No, it's so much more expensive. Disney World.
When we went, it was not that much more than a day at Six Flags.
Wasn't it like $200 to go to Disney World?
No, it was like $100 a person.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think now it's like Disney World is absurd. I cannot understand how it exists at that capacity.
Because people are going to pay it.
I know. It's like sad. I feel like they're bankrupting families because people will do anything for their kids to get their kids there. And you just have, it makes me mad how much it costs, but I don't know, I guess they have stupid reason for it. Whatever.
So if you can't afford it and you want to do it on a budget and you can find a really cheap round trip flight, or you want to road trip it and just go for one day.
Erin's really selling this. And use our referral code to book your flights on Frontier. Just kidding.
Yeah, no. But
okay.
I mean,
I'm going to read the top comment.
Okay.
Yes, the asshole. Unless you paid for their entire vacation with the stipulation that they were going to be babysitters, they are entitled to do whatever they want. They spent the first part of the day with you both times, and then they went to do what they wanted to do. Next time, hire a nanny to go with you if you want a babysitter.
Case closed. Thank you, top comment.
People love the top comments.
I mean, I love that top comment because it said in few words what I said in a long-winded breath.
Am I the asshole for telling my best friend that his girlfriend is disgusting?
Probably.
I, 22 female, have been friends with Danny, 22 male, since high school, and he recently moved in with his current girlfriend, Lucy, 22 female. They had a housewarming party on Friday, and Lucy spent most of the night dancing with her own friends who are very like her, excitable, extroverted, etc., and dragging Danny away from his conversations with us, his friends, to dance, even though he's more like us, introverted, not a party animal. Later, Danny was being quiet, so I asked if he was okay, and he said he was just tired, but he just kept watching Lucy dancing and then said something in her ear the next time she came over, and she just shook her head and laughed at him. After she went back to her friends, I asked if it was bothering him how she was behaving, and he asked me to explain. I mentioned the attention-seeking dancing and the fact that she was wearing something really revealing, even though other guys were at this party. Danny said it didn't bother him, then sat with a moody face. At the end of the night, Lucy sat down with us and started chatting nonstop about how amazing the party had been. I pointed out jokingly that Danny obviously wasn't enjoying himself since he looked miserable, and Danny told her I was worried he was jealous because of her outfit. Lucy ruffled his hair, which he hates, and she said he was quiet because he loved her outfit so much that he couldn't wait for all of us to leave so that he could drag her to bed.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was completely inappropriate and said to Danny, in that case, I'd just leave if she was going to be disgusting. And Lucy just laughed at me, so I did leave. So I did leave. Well, that's great. Okay.
You win.
It continues. Today, Danny has messaged me saying Lucy wants an apology before I'm allowed back at their home. But when I asked if Lucy will apologize for making me uncomfortable, he said no, she doesn't have anything to be sorry about.
Wait, what did she do that made her uncomfortable?
I'll tell you after the last sentence. I was genuinely only worried about my friend, but admit I could have just left without calling her disgusting. So am I the asshole? I think what Lucy did is wear clothes that she wanted to wear in the privacy of her own home, talk to her friends, dance, have fun, and then when her boyfriend's friend verbally attacked her, she made a lighthearted joke. That's how I took it. I think Lucy go off queen.
Yeah, I think you can wear literally whatever you want. This is just like
what?
Body shaming. I don't know, like
like
slut shaming. Like you're trying to make her feel bad about what she's wearing. Move on with your life.
I
like
feel
find
like-
something better to do.
I feel like he just doesn't like her, maybe, because he's like, oh, she is extroverted and fun and she likes dancing and talking to friends, and me and her boyfriend, my friend, we're not like her. We're introverted. And it's like, okay, so just because your friend is introverted, he can't be dating a girl that's extroverted, and just because you're introverted and she's not, does that make her a bad person? Like, no, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. And I bet if it was the other way around and the boyfriend was the one dancing and then the girlfriend was the introvert, the story would be like, oh, the guy ignored his girlfriend all night because blah, blah, blah. It's like some people just like chatting quietly and some people like dancing. Like, is that bad?
Right.
No, not everything has to be this dramatic fight. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's actually insane to be like, she's disgusting. And truly, like, what did she do to make OP uncomfortable?
That's why I feel like he has to be...
For her to be like, oh, is she going to apologize back? Like, I would like to hear if he said, you know, she has no reason to apologize to you. I would like to hear OP say, like, what she expects an apology for.
I think it's
like, maybe
because
one
of the joke. It's because of the sexual joke, which I feel like
my God.
It was so mild that I'm like, how could he even...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean,
it was a lighthearted innuendo.
Yeah. I feel like OP sounds like someone who is quiet, doesn't like revealing clothing, and therefore can't handle like a sexual joke. And that's OP's problem.
I don't even know about that. It's like, just because you're quiet and don't like revealing clothes, like, doesn't mean you can't take a joke. I feel like he just...
But I feel like that could be it for him to be like, oh, I just want to drag her to bed, for that person to then be like, oh, well, look at what she's wearing, and like she's being all over the place. Like,
true.
I don't know.
Like
some people are
just
like that.
Judging her, and yeah, some people are, like, I guess, but like I also don't think it's bad to not appreciate sexual jokes. Like, that's okay
it's
too.
Not.
But for him to get
is
that
OP a
mad,
boy or a girl?
I think
it's a girl. You keep saying he, and you're making it confusing.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was saying he, referring to OP, but OP's a girl. Yeah. She. I'm so sorry. Well, now I don't know why I had it in my mind that OP was male, but now that I know it's a female, I'm like, do you have some... I already thought OP was resentful, but I'm like, are you resentful because you're jealous of her?
Yeah.
Or you genuinely just don't like her?
Yeah.
And you're taking it out
on your friends?
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. Yeah, mind your own business. And if you're close enough friends that your best friend would make the sexual joke to you, I guess you're probably not uncomfortable around sexual jokes. You're uncomfortable around this one.
Yeah.
Because you don't like the girlfriend, and that's your problem, not theirs.
Also, for you to be over your best friend's house at their housewarming, and you're just getting annoyed at his girlfriend for living her own life and
in
making
her own house.
Yeah, in her own house that she pays for with her money, where she can do whatever she wants. Anyway, if you're really that mad about it, and then she makes one joke to you, your response is going to be, well, if you're going to be so disgusting, I'm going to leave. And then you storm out. Like, you're so dramatic.
Yeah, you are the dramatic asshole.
Like, if you really wholeheartedly just felt uncomfortable in that moment, I feel like that's not how you would respond. It seems like that response is an anger response, and if she was really that uncomfortable, I feel like she would have remained in silence and maybe said, okay, haha, and then said something to her friend later on. Yeah. I was like, hey, like, I know Lucy made this one joke. Of course she can say whatever she wants, but it just made me a little uncomfortable, and next time we're all together, could we just not do sexual jokes? Yeah. I'm sure that would go over much better than telling this girl that she is disgusting.
Yeah.
And then storming out of her house.
If you're going to make a scene in someone else's house and say, I'm going to leave, then just GTFO. We don't want you there.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'll read the top comment. Yeah, yes, the asshole. Lucy sounds like she was having a good time, and Danny didn't seem to mind her behavior at all until you decided to stir up drama. I don't know if you feel like you're losing your friend or if you have a thing for him, but you've injected yourself into his relationship unwanted and unasked and insulted your friend's partner. Apologize and stop being so judgmental of their relationship if you want to remain friends. So
judgmental
true.
Was the right word too.
Yes, I think that she's judgmental. Yeah, OP has resentment towards this girl, and it may or may not be because she's jealous of their relationship, jealous of the girl's personality, or from past events that may have happened. But yeah, you're a fucking asshole. Sorry.
Yeah, done.
No, I'm not sorry.
Case closed.
You should be sorry, and you should be saying sorry to Lucy.
Facts. Because you're disgusting, OP, not Lucy.
Yeah, you're disgusting. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Moving right along. Am I the asshole for continuing to sleep nude despite my neighbors being able to see into my bedroom?
And this reminds me of your birthday party last year.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm going to have the same reaction to that story as the OP's story.
So, I'm a 28-year-old dude, and I have been living in my house for a few years now. One of the main reasons I chose this place was because my bedroom faced east, allowing me to wake up in the morning sunlight. Most mornings I wake up before my alarm goes off just because the sunlight coming through the window wakes me up. There used to be a tree line that provided a natural barrier between my house and any potential neighbors, so I never saw the need for curtains or blinds, along with their expensive as hell for the nice ones. Recently, my neighborhood expanded, and most of the tree line my bedroom was facing was cut down to build new houses. So boom. Then there's this house built right across from mine, and their window has a clear view into my bedroom. I've always been comfortable sleeping nude, and it wasn't an issue when there were no neighbors around. But not long after the people moved in, the father from the house came over to my house and pretty much told me to stop being nude in front of my windows since his family can see inside my bedroom. He wasn't nice about it, but he wasn't mean about it either. Just matter-of-factly, like he gave me an order and fully expected it to be done, like I was his kid or employee.
Nope.
I was somewhat surprised, but understood his concern, so I made an effort to be more mindful of my nudity when in view of the window. I stopped cleaning and making my bed before getting dressed. I'd hop out of bed and walk into my closet and at least put on shorts, then go about my morning chores. That being said, I still sleep nude, and I occasionally end up being visible to the neighbors for a brief moment after waking up. The father came over again, leading to an argument between us. I told him I was trying my best to be considerate, but there's only so much I can do, and that it's my house, and I'm not changing my lifestyle because they moved in. He threatened to call the police and said I was being a menace to the neighborhood, whatever the hell that means. So, am I the asshole for continuing to sleep nude even though my neighbors can see into my bedroom?
No, your neighbors can mind their own fucking business.
I know.
I just feel so strongly like, okay, I'm just gonna tell the other story now.
Okay.
So that these people can understand why I feel so strongly about this.
Yeah, this happened to us firsthand.
Happened firsthand. Kelly's birthday last year, we always just get a nice hotel in the city just to enjoy our time, like go out, go about our
business. Just to do something special.
Different. Yeah, stay somewhere fun. Last year, we stayed at a hotel in Center City. This one also happened to have an event venue, like for weddings, parties, etc. We always get ready with our closest friends in the room, have some drinks, take pictures, and then go out to whatever it is that we're going to do. So last year, we were just dancing in the room. We were all ready to go, basically, had a few drinks, and there was a party downstairs in the courtyard at the venue of the hotel. Mind you, we were paying no attention to this. We were just dancing in our room, minding our own business. Mm-hmm. There's a knock on the door. The hotel security guard comes up. She goes, "Hi girls, we've gotten reports of flashing in the windows from the children's party downstairs."
I literally said back to her, I was like, "Oh yeah, I have my camera. We've been taking pictures," because I had a film camera that has a really bright flash. And she goes, "No, like flashing."
Like pulling up her shirt to suggest we are literally flashing this children's party. They're teenagers, like
I literally
10 through 15 years old.
I laughed out loud, which was probably disrespectful, but I thought it was funny that this was happening.
It was just absurd. Like we were like, why would we be flashing your children?
Yeah. I laughed out loud and I was like, okay. And I was like, we are not doing that. And she was like, oh, well, some of the people said downstairs, because Erin hung a happy birthday banner in the window. And she goes, no, the people downstairs said it's the room with the happy birthday banner. And I literally said to her, I was like, okay, we did not do that, but I respect you. And I don't know how else to handle this. Like, what else do you need from me at this time? And she literally was like, she laughed too. Yeah. She was like a young girl, or not girl, young woman, but she kind of laughed too. And she was like, okay, just don't flash out the window. I was like, I won't.
We basically said, what do you want us to do about this? Yeah. Like in a nice way. And she was like, well, I was going to handle this based on how you guys reacted to
that?
me.
I don't remember that.
She was
part.
like, I was going to handle this based on how you guys reacted to me because I also wasn't sure how to handle this. But you're saying you didn't do it, so I'm not sure what to tell you what to do. Yeah. And then in more or less words, we came to like, let's just close the curtain and go about our business.
Yeah.
What annoys me about this situation is that we weren't doing this. If we were just dancing in our windows and the moms of the little teenage boys were worried about like our skirts being too short while we were dancing or something, mind your own business. Like, don't complain to the hotel security. B, if anyone is actually looking at us, like say your kids are actually looking at us and that is genuinely your concern, tell them to stop looking in other people's windows.
I know.
That's on them. And C, I am paying for privacy in my own hotel room.
Yeah.
I am not paying for to be the view or to hide myself from your birthday party that you chose to have at a hotel in a courtyard of all the rooms that light up when it's dark outside.
Yeah.
I understand that you're concerned about what your little teenage boys who are becoming men are seeing. Like, but that's on them.
Yeah.
Like, if it was, I mean, come on. Like, if it was a couple having sex in the window.
Yeah.
Are they going to complain and be like, that couple can't do that? Quite literally, the couple can do whatever they want in the privacy of their own room.
Or what if it was just people getting changed or just walking around naked? Like,
and the kids are like, oh my God, I see boobs. Like, you're allowed to, I'm paying to stay in a hotel room. I'm not doing it on the street.
I feel like that is one just horrible design from the hotel, because if you're going to have an event space in a courtyard that is surrounded by guest suites, like, you should make those windows tinted at night. Yeah. You should have some sort of thing on the window so that it's not their responsibility to close the curtains, because TBH, when I stay in a hotel room that is not on like the first floor, I'm not expecting people to be able to see me through the windows. I feel like a lot of hotel rooms in cities have tinted windows, or whatever they're called, like reflective windows.
Right. And when you pay, I mean, generally, whether you're on vacation in a city, in your own city, when you pay to stay at a hotel, you're also paying for the view. Yeah. And quite frankly, maybe the courtyard wasn't the best view, but it was a courtyard of a hotel. There's trees, flowers. It was the springtime. Like, I want to look out the window when I want to look out the window. Yeah. I'm not watching your children dance at their little children's party. They don't need to watch me dance at my adult party in my paid for hotel room.
It just is it's such a weird line, because yes, you're paying for privacy, but like, I can also see the side of the people who paid for the party, because they're also trying to attain what they paid for, which is an event space for children. Yeah. So I'm like, I could see why that would be annoying. And if it was my children and I saw people doing adult things in the room and all the kids were looking, I would probably say something too. But would I expect them to stop, or would I think that they would have to stop when asked? Right. Not really. Like, I feel like you have to know that they're in their private hotel room. Like, you're allowed to do whatever they want.
And quite frankly, these were not 16-year-olds, or I'm sorry, these were not 6-year-olds. They were like young teenagers, tweens, whatever you want to call them, at this party. And if they were 6-year-olds, I could see you saying like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want my little kid looking at that. You have tweens at this party. At some point, you have to address your teenage boy and say, don't watch women in their window.
I mean, I see that. I feel like it honestly doesn't even matter how old they were. Like, does that? Yeah, no.
No, I feel like it does, because teach your kid like, oh, please don't look at them, don't watch them. At some point, it has to fall on people to be like, oh, it's weird of me to look in another person's window.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying there.
Like, at some point, they need to say that, and like, maybe that's your first line. Like, you say, oh, they are paying for privacy in their hotel room. Boys, mind your own business. And then if it continues and they're all gathering, pointing, looking, laughing, say something to the hotel. But if it's just like every now and then someone's looking up there, you say to your son or your son's best friend, like, stop it. That's not appropriate. Yeah. Period.
I do think it's on the hotel, though, because they deserved a venue space that was suitable for that event, and everyone in the hotel guest suites deserved privacy in their guest suites. So I feel like it's the hotel's problem. Yeah. But the thing is, you're right. It's like, but is that a law? Like, if you were in a city and you just like rubbed your body naked on the windows every day and everyone in the apartment building next to you could see, like, is that illegal? Like, I don't know. It's not, but I know that girls in Philly have posted about that. Like, oh, my neighbors like are always naked. What can I do? And I'm like, honestly, like, I don't know. You really can't do anything.
And like, if you're like, for the sake of the story that is being read, not for our story, if you don't want your family looking in my windows, you can just as well put up your own curtains and draw them closed during the day. If we had been quote unquote flashing out the window, security guard comes and says it needs to stop, and we're like, no, we paid for this hotel room, can they kick us out for being naked in our own hotel room?
See, I don't think so, but I think that you could argue that if you were up against the window facing a party, a reasonable adult could be like, you're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that would be public indecency at that point, because you're choosing to be in a window that can be seen by the public. I feel like it could be argued, but it could also be argued that we didn't even know there was a party out there.
Yeah, and it can be argued that we were in the privacy of our own room and we're allowed to walk around wearing whatever we want.
I feel like
it would quite literally what we were doing, but
it's like depending on the way you see it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to OP and their story. No, you're not the asshole, just like we weren't the assholes.
Yeah, no, this is absurd. I think that the dad of the neighbor is ridiculous because he made the request and OP was straight up. He was for real. He's like, he wasn't nice about it, but he wasn't mean either.
Yeah.
He did seem demanding.
Yeah.
And OP literally listened.
Yeah.
He said that he doesn't do all the things that he should be able to do.
In the privacy
with
of
or
his
without
own home.
clothes. He should be able to do whatever the frick he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But he's already changing his habits to appease his neighbors. And so if this guy is going to complain that his neighbor is out of bed nude for 10 seconds before you take off the blanket and walk to the closet, like you're so dramatic.
I think
be freaking for real.
Yeah, if you're that concerned about it, you can hang up your own curtains. They can be sheer. Because if there's a sheer curtain in your own house, you're not seeing into someone else's window because it's just going to blur your vision. So it's not going to block them. I'm not saying you need blackout curtains, but you can hang up something sheer so that you're not looking directly out at your neighbor. And quite frankly, if this was me in my house, because, for us in our story, it was one night at a hotel. If it was me in my own house that I had already lived in and someone was attacking me, like I'm calling the police, I would be like, do it, because I would like to know what actually can be done about this.
Yeah.
Because I am not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
And if the police are going to come to me and say, oh, actually you are breaking a law and X, Y, and Z, okay, great, then I learned it. Yeah. However, until that moment happens, I really don't think OP's doing anything wrong.
No, I don't think he's doing anything wrong at all.
Guess what, neighbor? Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Tell your kids at some point in their lives, don't look into other people's windows. You're the peeping Tom.
Yeah. Agreed. No. Most of the comments were saying not the asshole, but people were saying suggestion would be installing a glass tin. You won't lose the sunlight, but your neighbors won't be able to see in. Easy solution. No blinds or curtains to install. You can still see out, but they can't see in. Totally. I don't think he needs to do that. But
he doesn't need to do anything, but it's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
But window tints do block out some sunlight. So it's like...
Yeah. Another one of the top comments, though, not the asshole. He can put up curtains to block his view of your house.
That's
true.
What she said.
I think the neighbor's crazy.
Yeah, mind your own beeswax, neighbor. OP, not the asshole. And you can come to our birthday parties next year.
Yes, nude. Am I the asshole for venting to my mom about my sister-in-law? My 32 female brother, 36 male, and I grew up as best friends with 4 other siblings. His wife is a negative person, but I've been respectful and we formed a close friendship over the years. My partner's aunt gifted us a summer vacation at an expensive island beach resort, all expenses paid. Oh. Are any of your siblings single? It was something none of us could ever afford ourselves. We both lived pretty tight financially. This place was about $1,500 a night. Insane. After speaking with my partner, I called up my brother and invited them to come with us. I was excited to share since we grew up poor. We'd each have our own bedrooms, private balconies, a shared kitchen, and the kids could share the kids' room that had twin beds. He was excited and we talked a bit about what we'd bring and got off the phone pretty stoked. The following day, sister-in-law texted me asking me for all the info, which I was excited to give. After a few hours, she said she saw a couple reviews from 6 and 8 years prior that were negative, and she didn't want to stay at a resort with any negative reviews. I encouraged her that it was a 5-star resort and I'm sure it would be fine, but she didn't want to go. Shortly after, my brother called and said she'd spoken to him about it and they wouldn't be coming. I was bummed and frustrated. The next day, I was more upset than I thought I'd be. I mean, it's not like I couldn't still go, but I was excited to be able to share this opportunity with my brother, and it was crushed for something insignificant. So I called her mom to vent my frustrations. She answered, and I asked if she had a minute to talk because I was aggravated with sister-in-law, and she said sure. I told her the situation and how it wasn't good enough for sister-in-law, and nothing ever was. I said I didn't like her, and that my brother is such a positive person, and she's always so negative about everything. I went on and on. We talked for a good 10 minutes. I said some pretty mean stuff. She always does good to stay neutral and gives good advice about letting things go, etc., especially since she likes sister-in-law like a daughter. But this time, she didn't give any advice. She just let me vent. The next day, my brother called and expressed that he and sister-in-law were at my mom's house, and she put me on speaker. and let them listen in. He was furious, and I was ashamed of myself. At the time, it didn't feel wrong to vent to my mom about frustrations with siblings. We've always gone to my mom with stuff like this. I apologize, but we don't have a relationship at all anymore. I feel like a huge a-hole for them having heard me. But on the other hand, I don't feel it's very wrong to vent to a parent about sibling squabbles. What did the mom do? The mom fricked up.
Yeah, the mom's the asshole here. Holy cow.
I mean, the mom might have just made a mistake. Like, what if the mom was like, oh, like, OP's
they
calling.
Should hear
like,
it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's why the mom should have been like, oh, yeah, by the way, tell her everyone that's
someone's
in the room.
Here. Yeah, you always say, like, we say it even when we're joking. Like, if one of my friends calls and I put it on speakerphone, I'm like, by the way, Kelly's in the car, so don't talk shit on her.
It's like when the Kardashians receive a call, you're like, by the way, we're filming. Don't say anything too weird.
Yeah.
And it sucks, too, because we've said this before. Like, you're allowed to be annoyed at your friends. You're allowed to be annoyed at your family. Like, everyone has to vent sometimes. Like,
absolutely.
That's okay. It doesn't make you a bitch. Like, it's okay to vent about something. I'm sure OP maybe crossed a few lines. But if I was sister-in-law and my family members or my closest friends were like, Kelly's being so annoying, like, this is an amazing resort, like, she just like is getting under my skin and like blah blah blah, I feel like I'd be like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess OP's sister-in-law is just a negative person, but I feel like just because you're venting about someone in a justifiable situation to vent about your negative feelings like that, like, that's okay. And I hate using the line like, oh, well, she shouldn't have heard you, because the argument to that is, well, then you shouldn't have said it. But it's like, no. I just think it's okay to vent about your feelings sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like, you're allowed to say things that not everyone's meant to hear, just to kind of get it out. Like the things where people say like, oh, if you want to send someone an angry letter, write it out in a letter and then burn it. Or write it in an email and then delete it or something. Don't send it. I've done that. Like when I'm frustrated at work with like a coworker or a boss or something, I write an angry email to a different coworker and just say like, can you read this, as if I'm saying it to the person who I'm just frustrated with, and they say, yeah, like your feelings are valid, and that's it. You're allowed to do those things.
Yes. And sometimes you say things in the heat of the moment that you don't even really mean, but you're just like hyping yourself up in your brain, and you're like, and this thing annoyed me. But if that random side thing was brought up on a normal day where you were in a good mood, it probably wouldn't even annoy you that much, but you're just like listing all the things and just going off, and like, it's okay to get angry as a human. Yeah. And it sucks that she heard it. Yeah. And now they don't have a relationship. Like, that's crazy. That's really hard.
I mean, I hope they can come back from it. I really do. Yeah. Family can be important, and it sounds like maybe they had, I mean, maybe at least her and her sibling, maybe not sister-in-law, but like maybe they had a good relationship before, and it's something that they can overcome. Like, when they said, now we don't have a relationship at all, like, I don't know how long it was. Was it a week? Was it 3 months? I don't know. From the time that this happened until the time the person that wrote the story. But I do hope they can come back from it, and I hope that they can realize, like, people say things in the heat of the moment, and maybe someday they're gonna have kids that they need their siblings and in-laws to walk around Disney World with. You know, it's hard to go through life without family sometimes.
Yeah. It's so sad that it was like blown to that proportion, because I feel like if I heard my close friends or my sibling's partner talking shit on me one time when I knew that they were clearly annoyed, it would be hurtful. It would be so hard to hear. Yeah. But would I sever an entire relationship because of it? No, I would do my best to get over it. And I would straight up be like, what you said really fucking hurt me. And it's going to take me a long time to get over. Yeah. But losing you as a family member is worse. Right. So we need to talk to people more.
Yes, for sure.
And I feel like give your loved ones the benefit of the doubt if they deserve it. So, like, obviously there's toxic family members that it's like you don't always have to be the bigger person, but you love your brother, and you said that even though his wife is negative sometimes or is a pessimist, you still do have a close friendship with her. So if you actually have a close friendship with her, talk to her.
Yeah, for sure.
Top comment, not the asshole, but your mother is a huge asshole. I don't get why the mom did that. Was it a mistake? And she was like, oh shit, well now she's in too far deep and I can't cut her off, even though yes, you can.
Or was the mom genuinely being an asshole and be like,
Yeah.
all right, listen to this? Or
Yeah.
third option was the mom being like, maybe I can resolve this if they hear what they have to say, and then they know how to address it with each other. I don't like, it really could be like one of many options, so that's really hard.
Yeah.
My first instinct was, wow, mom really is the asshole, but then after thinking about it, I was kind of like, yeah, how you said maybe mom made a mistake, or maybe mom thought she was doing the right thing, and that doesn't make her an asshole, that just makes her an idiot.
Someone said your mom is the asshole of all assholes. Never trust her again. That was underhanded behavior and spiteful. No decent person would do that. All of us need to vent sometimes. What is wrong with her?
What is wrong with her?
OP.
Whoa.
OP said, I confronted her about it a couple weeks after, and she just said, I just need to keep things real. I haven't spoken to her much since. Keep things real. Like, I guess the mom probably thought she had good intentions.
Yeah. But then saying I just need to keep things real makes her sound like an asshole.
Yeah. Your daughter's like, well, mom, I have completely lost my relationship with my brother and his wife. What do you have to say? And mom's like, I just got to keep things real.
All right, well, after that comment, mom's the asshole.
Yeah.
Keeping it real, mom. Keeping it real.
Yeah. Speaking of friendships and
there
overly
are tall
dramatic people.
ships and small ships, but the best ships are friendship.
Yes, I think there's a few lines missing in there.
I tried.
There are big ships, there are small ships, there are short ships, there are tall ships, but the best ships of all ships are, I don't know it. Whatever.
I did the best I could.
Yeah, and you did great. Next up, am I the asshole for asking my friend's boyfriend to leave my baby shower? I'll call my friend Lucy and her boyfriend Joe.
What's with all the Lucy's?
I know, we've
in
had
these
2
stories?
Lucys today. I've never met Joe, but he and Lucy have been together for a year or so. Lucy is the type who is never single. She is also beyond obsessed with her men and makes them her personality. If her boyfriend is into hunting, she likes hunting. If they're into the gym, she's into the gym, etc. Lucy is never without Joe. She goes with him to the barbershop, etc. Yesterday, I had my baby shower. Lucy arrived in tow with Joe. My baby shower was at an event center and we received RSVPs. We told the staff we had X amount of people coming and now it was X amount plus 1. Joe was also the only guy in attendance and I've never met him. I took Lucy aside and I told her, I'm happy to have you here, but the invite was only for you. Lucy said, we're leaving then, and stormed off. I got texts from her last night saying I should understand that they are a package deal. And it wasn't a big deal that he came. She said she brought him because she didn't want to be lonely. And if I was a true friend, I'd understand. Am I the asshole? Lucy is dramatic.
Lucy is the dramatic asshole.
Drama queen.
That is absurd. Everyone, well, okay, I'm not going to say everyone knows that baby showers, okay. Majority of showers for women, whether they be bridal or baby, are intended for people who are the woman's friend, not their significant others. I don't want to say women because I have seen males at these events, but it's usually immediate family like dad or husband or baby daddy, male friend that like is, I've seen, like I've had gay friends, gay male friends
it's just like
at showers.
Typically females attend the shower. I don't know why.
It's never, there's never a male that's just the plus one there.
Yeah. And like if there was, like, that's fine. But I feel like in this situation, it really doesn't even matter if her partner, Lucy's partner, was a man or a woman. Like, that person wasn't invited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't a plus one.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get a plus one to the baby shower.
Yeah, exactly.
And whether they were invited or not, because, you know how, like, sometimes people send out wedding invites and they don't say that you have a plus one, but people just write 2 in.
Yeah.
She didn't even RSVP for this person. She RSVP'd for herself and then strung the other person along. So it's like, the least you can do, Lucy, is give us a head count.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's just absurd that Lucy was, I feel like OP handled it very well.
Yes, I agree.
She goes over and she says, hi, I'm so happy to have you here, but the invite was just for you. I feel like that's the best possible way to say it because she's not saying he wasn't invited, he shouldn't be here. That feels like an attack, even though it's not. And saying that would be justified, but saying you were the only person invited is even better. It's even kinder because it implies the message that he was not invited invited.
Yeah.
And for her to just be like, well, we're leaving then. It's like, are you fucking good?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
what the hell? What warrants that response?
And like, what made him want to go to this? A lot of people I don't even want to go to a baby shower, let alone my plus one that's for someone they've never even met.
You hear that? All Erin's friends whose baby shower she's gone to.
That's true. But,
she didn't want to go.
And I probably did want to go in the moment. But like in general, showers aren't like fun. Like you just sit around and watch people open
It's usually like for the grandmother and the mom of your friends.
Like you don't really want to do it. But you do it because you love the person, you support them, not because you're the plus one to someone who loves. I can't. Not for a shower. For the wedding, for the meet and greet with the baby, whatever it's called. The
meet and greet.
See. I don't know. People do these things where like meet and greet their kids. It's weird. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
I've never had a kid, but luckily for me, because then I don't have to drag Kelly to Disney World to babysit my kid.
True.
But I forget where I was going with that rant. What was I
You were saying that nobody in their right mind would ever want to attend any kind of shower, let alone a baby shower. So why would this guy want to go with his girlfriend?
My first thought when you said he showed up was maybe he's controlling and she's not allowed to go anywhere by herself.
Oh, fuck. And that
now
I have to stop laughing.
That's why it's so bad because, like, I mean, I have a twisted mind because of things that I've been through, and that was my immediate first thought. Like, you're controlled and you're only allowed to do certain things. But then her getting defensive throws me off a little bit. But at the same time, people that are manipulated are defensive. So I just don't know. Like, that is the one thing that I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe Lucy's not the problem and the plus one is the problem. That does worry me a little bit for Lucy.
Wow, that's a good point.
But I don't know.
I'm gonna hope for the best based off of Lucy's track record. OP said that she usually does become obsessive over the people that she's dating.
Okay.
So it does seem like it would be in Lucy's character based on her past relationships that she would choose to bring the guy with her.
That is true.
I get the sentiment. The like, well, I didn't want to be alone. Okay, whatever. But it's still rude. And then to blow up at your friend like that when all she said was, hey, just wanted to let you know that you were just supposed to be invited.
Yeah.
Like, to blow up at your friend, why?
To be worried about being alone, too. Like, I've gone to showers by myself knowing I'm not going to know people there and I'm going to sit alone. But if she's your friend, there's a good chance that you've met at least one of her friends in the past and you can sit down. And really, at these showers where they're all shared tables, you're going to end up sitting with someone who's a friend or a family member and just someone's going to talk to you, period.
And the thing is, even if that was her genuine concern, she should have said that to her beforehand. I mean, like, hi, I know it's, unorthodox, but could my boyfriend come with me? I'm feeling really anxious about going alone, and this is the one thing that will make me feel more comfortable. Talk to the people that you consider to be close to you.
Say it.
Open and honest communication.
That's what you need, Lucy.
It just is so weird that I just feel like there's something else going on here, because the fact that she got that mad when her friend told her something that she already knew. Like, let's be so for real. Lucy knew that her boyfriend was not invited. So to blow up at the friend like that, it's like, why? Did you want to ruin your friendship and this is the way you were going to do it?
Yeah.
Are you being manipulated by your partner? Is there something deeper and more sinister going on here? Are you just dumb and you just genuinely thought that was the right thing to do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is Lucy an asshole? I don't know. Maybe she's just stupid.
That's the thing. I think if she is just stupid, it's like, does ignorance excuse rudeness? No. So you can be stupid and an asshole, and maybe that's what Lucy is.
And maybe you're a stupid asshole, Lucy.
Tab comment: if she doesn't want to attend events without her boyfriend, then she should RSVP no to events that he is not invited to.
Oh, I like that.
That's it. Not the asshole. It is peak rudeness to bring someone to an event when they haven't been invited. Even if she would have been lonely, your shower isn't about her. Lucy sounds codependent and obnoxious. Yeah, Lucy's got some shit going on.
Case closed, Lucy.
Sorry, you're dramatic.
And you're an asshole.
And you might be stupid.
A dramatic, stupid asshole.
Moving on. Here's a good one. Am I the asshole for folding my sister-in-law's laundry? So a bit of a background. My wife and I have been happily married for 16 years. We're in our 30s and she's my best friend. Things are good. A few weeks ago, we went to stay with her sister and her husband for about a week. They're in another country and rather than pay for a hotel, they offered to put us up in the spare room as long as we helped out, which we were happy to do. Wow, setting expectations prior and everyone's in an agreement.
That is some good, open, and honest communication.
How it works. Okay. On day 5, my wife went out for groceries with my brother-in-law, and I stayed behind with my sister-in-law. Mostly, I've been helping out my brother-in-law with things in the yard and around the property, while my wife has been helping out with household chores. A while later, my sister-in-law asks me to help do laundry. Fair enough, too, since almost half of it is ours. My brother-in-law is more of a gender stereotype guy, but I'm not, so this is all in a day's work. She puts on a load of laundry and asks me to fold stuff while she's doing that, mostly towels and sheets. But then she slides a full basket of clothes over to me. No biggie, even though it contains some of her underwear. It's clothes, right? Who cares? Well, as we're folding laundry and we're talking, my wife and brother-in-law come home. The way into the house is through the laundry, so they come through carrying shopping bags. Wife gives me a strange look as she comes through, so I put down the laundry and go out to the car to get the groceries, which I assume she wants help with. My wife comes out and starts telling me off for playing with my sister-in-law's undies, which of course, I happen to be folding as they walk through. Meanwhile, I hear brother-in-law going off at sister-in-law in the house, and it appears she was getting chewed out for asking me to help with the laundry and letting me touch her things. I got foul looks from brother-in-law the rest of the day, and things were low-key uncomfortable for the rest of our stay. I have asked a number of times what I was supposed to do, and my wife still hasn't come up with a good answer, and she's still upset even though this is now almost a week ago. My wife has been jealous of her sister in the past, and probably still now, because of her looks. And while she is attractive, my wife is not ugly either, and nothing has ever or would ever happen between myself and my sister-in-law. As far as I know, there's no reason for my brother-in-law to be angry, but I am not exactly one to stick my nose into other people's lives. Maybe he has reason to be upset. I'm pretty sure I'm not the asshole because I can't think of anything else I could have done. Saying no to helping just because it's laundry would have been a massive F you to our hosts.
Oh my God. Where do we begin? Strictly based on OP's side of the story, OP did everything that OP was supposed to do.
I know.
Like, I don't know if when they walked in, OP was like twirling a thong around on their finger and they were like, ooh. Sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law was like, ooh, like swinging his man thong around her finger. Like, unless that's the case, I don't see the issue here.
I know. And it's like, of freaking course. She walks in and you're just like folding the little like silky red thong. Of course. No, but I feel like, I mean, maybe the wife is mad because it's a jealousy thing, but they're doing laundry. Like, can we be for real?
Thank you for folding my laundry.
Yeah.
Like, I hate folding laundry.
I mean, I feel like it would be weird, like, if my brother-in-law was touching my underwear, in theory. But then, like, in reality, if you think about that, it's like, it's really what's weird about that? It's clean clothes that just came out of the washer. And
I don't know. I'm just trying to put it into perspective and thinking, like, Kelly and I share a vacation home together where a lot of laundry gets thrown in. And if we have a long weekend and our close friends or family members, significant others are there, like their stuff might get thrown in. And like, are they going to be mad if when I pull all my crap out of the dryer, I fold up someone else's boyfriend's or husband's boxers? No.
Right.
Like, they're not going to be mad about that.
Yeah.
And like, if we agreed when we moved into your house that we're going to help you do chores, and that means that you help me fold my underwear, help me fold my underwear.
I know. The only thing I can think is that I feel like if I asked other people to help do laundry and then they were folding my underwear, I would feel weird about that because I'd be like, oh, you don't need to touch my underwear.
Yeah.
But like, maybe that's why brother-in-law and OP's wife are mad because they're like, why did sister-in-law allow this to happen?
Maybe, yeah.
I guess.
The only thing I can think is there's more to the story. Like, I just feel like maybe there's something else to the story that OP isn't telling us that might be relevant to why they reacted to such extremes.
Because if there isn't anything else going on here, they're being drama queens.
Yeah, and you did the best you could.
Yeah.
If there is even the slightest other thing going on here, then that's a different story. It just is a different story.
Totally.
Weird.
The top comment, as long as you weren't sniffing the underwear, then I don't see a problem. Sister-in-law asked you to help and you did. This is not a you problem, not the asshole.
Okay, sniffing the underwear, twirling it on your finger, same thing. Same principle I was getting at. I feel like so far today, all of the top comments have been exactly what I've said.
I know. Someone else said, I've handled my dad's, brother's, and stepdad's underwear. Why do people have to sexualize everything?
Exactly.
Not the asshole. Yeah, it's so true.
Like, I find people's like underwear in my laundry all the time because it's just in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Whether it be my sisters, my parents, my friends' boyfriends that just get stuck in someone else's things at the vacation house. Like, it just is what it is. Don't sexualize it. I did your laundry. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said, both your wife and brother-in-law are the asshole. I can't imagine being so controlling and or insecure that I'd get my knickers in a twist over laundry folding.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
No, that's so true. I feel like that's a bit absurd.
Agreed. You are not, if this is the whole truth, nothing but the truth, you are not the asshole, OP. Thank you for folding the laundry.
Agreed. Am I wrong for not wearing a shirt while mowing the lawn, even though my wife doesn't like it? I'm not going to start wearing a shirt while doing yard work. I just want some feedback. I'm not as good looking as, say, Harrison Ford, but not as bad as Quasimodo. Just a 56-year-old male with a dad bod, although I'm pretty hairy. My wife seems to feel that every female within 10 miles will instantly try to seduce me as soon as I poke my nose out the door. I think that her feelings stem from her ex, who cheated on her extensively.
Aww.
I suggested that we seek couples counseling for this and other reasons. She has refused, as there is nothing wrong with her. So, since I enjoy getting a tan and because it is cooler, I'm not going to start wearing a shirt while mowing.
Well, OP, I hope you're wearing your sunscreen.
Wait, that's so funny because so many people comment about sunscreen and he goes, edit too. Please stay focused. All caps. I understand sunscreen. I might even start using it. This post is not about sunscreen.
Why am I the same thought process of these
every
comments today?
Yeah, you are.
Well, to be fair, I take care of skin cancers for a living.
Yes.
So sunscreen is always front of my mind. But
this post is not about sunscreen.
This post is not about sunscreen.
It's about his controlling wife.
Yeah, she's the problem. I don't think that you should be forced to wear a shirt if you're wearing your sunscreen. It has nothing to do with that.
I think she's being dramatic. But I kind of love him that he's like, I already suggested that we get couples counseling for this.
He's trying to fix it. Yeah.
I know. I love that.
I'm just dead that Reddit or Twitter, whatever this is, took to the comments and was like, sunscreen. And he's like, guys, get back on track.
I know.
And everyone's thinking the same thing.
I feel like that happens so often with these stories because people are like, they take this like one small detail and they're like, and this. And everyone's like, yes, this. And then the person's like, you guys, please.
And the next fight in the comments is about like what SPF to use. And he's like,
I know.
do I wear a shirt?
I know.
I don't think you're the asshole. I think that you're doing the best you can and keep your shirt off. It's hot. Listen, I don't want to wear truly, I mow the lawn at our house fairly often, and when it's hot in the summer,
she's shirtless, boys.
I'll do it in a sports bra because I'm drenched in sweat. And like
we won't tell anyone our address.
Does every male in a 10-mile radius want to come seduce me? Probably. For mowing the lawn, but it just doesn't happen. I know that they want to, but it's not going to happen.
I feel bad for the wife because I feel like this is a good example of like when your guy friend or whatever starts dating a girl who has a history of like getting cheated on or whatever, and then the girlfriend is intimidated by her new boyfriend's girlfriends, and it's like, that's fine, like you're valid in those feelings because of what happened to you, but the solution isn't to stop being friends with your friends. The solution isn't to stop mowing the lawn shirtless.
Right.
It's to figure out where the feelings are coming from and then make this person feel comfortable in their new situation.
Yeah, for
sure. This wife, it's like she needs to find comfortability in the situation, but it's not going to come from her husband wearing a shirt because that's not inherently the problem.
Right.
The problem is that she has insecurity because of her past experiences, which is valid.
And if OP does get a skin cancer from not wearing a shirt, wife, don't you go cheering that he's going to be told to start wearing a shirt. Don't make him feel bad about it.
I feel bad for her, but also she's not helping herself.
No, she's not.
I feel like,
to say like, we're not going to go to counseling, we're not going to work on this. That's you turning down a solution to, or a potential solution to a serious issue.
And to be like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with everyone. Like, there's so much wrong with all of us. We're humans.
That's the truth.
So if your husband or your partner is like, baby, let's solve this. Open and honest communication with a licensed professional. Why would you say no to that?
Yeah. Putting a t-shirt on your lawn mowing husband is not getting help.
Sure. Bang the gavel.
No shirt.
Okay, last one. This is one that I can understand the sentiment of the OP and all the comments, but at the same time, part of me is like, am I missing something?
Okay.
I just had a man try to open my door and smile when I locked it. Me and my partner had ordered an Uber Eats. A woman picked it up. Profile photo was low quality and looked older. I didn't think anything of it. Super communicative over message, offered to bypass the app to get something I couldn't approve a replacement for, so I tipped 50%. We figured it out in the end. I felt super bad. They were super kind. So I hear the knock. I unlock my door and look through the peephole. It is not a woman. It's a bearded man in a hat. He looks over at the doorknob and lock and reaches for it as if he's going to test it. I immediately flip the lock again. He pauses, grins, then sets the stuff down after looking at it. He leaves, comes back in, gets close to the door. I had a couple of trips worth of items, then leaves again. He waited in his loud car for at least 3 to 5 minutes before leaving.
Yikes.
Okay, I feel like I might be missing something here. What do you think?
I think, like, if she thinks that there's a woman delivering her things and a man shows up and he goes to reach for the doorknob before you open the door, that's a little... I would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I definitely would be uncomfortable, but I feel like she's like, all he did was smile. And then he walked back to his car and it's like, and then he came back again. And she's like, but we had enough groceries for 2 trips. Like, well, yeah, what did you expect? Like, did you expect him to not come back? Like,
I'm not picturing like the Cheshire Cat smile from Alice in Wonderland just like floating outside the door, or like the scary like smile masks from the Purge movies like outside your door. But if just you're expecting a woman and a man comes and he knocks on your door and goes to reach for the doorknob, like, no matter what you order, DoorDash, Grubhub, I don't know, but no matter what you order something, they don't just go to twist your doorknob for you.
Yeah.
That's the one thing to me that I'm like, but the taking 2 trips, waiting in his car, it takes me 5 minutes to set up my music every time I get in the car. It's not that big of a deal. It's just the fact that you were expecting a woman and it was a man. And many women in today's society would be a little skeeved out by that. Yeah. That's a little nerve-wracking to have a man at your front door when you don't know them. And for him to like be reaching for the doorknob, like, no one just comes into your house from any of those services.
Totally. I feel like, though, she said it was a low quality photo, and it's like, did you think it was a woman, or was it actually a woman? Like, was the person's name like Taylor or Alex or Morgan, and it was like a really low quality photo, and you just
could have been like a gender neutral name.
You just assumed that it was a woman. I don't know. I do think that's weird. Like the fact that it may or may not have been the actual identity of the Uber Eats person.
So
that's
if it
concerning.
Wasn't the actual identity of the photo and they reached for your doorknob, yes, weird. If all of those things don't perfectly align, like just the taking 2 trips and spending some time in their car and smiling, just like a little like, here's your food smile. Yeah. No, not weird.
I mean, okay, maybe I'm just giving way too many people the benefit of the doubt, because I feel like I wouldn't do this in real life. But if she walked up to the door and he saw her, like, it's not an apartment building.
Well, she said peephole, didn't she?
What?
She said she looked out the peephole.
She did say peephole, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I was just thinking, like, how would she have a door that has a peephole? I guess, okay. But then she could still see his car.
I mean, picture our vacation house.
Okay.
You could see a car through a peephole.
I guess I figured that he could see her. Or, like, maybe he, like, I don't know. Like, maybe he was going to hang a bag on the handle. And then he heard her lock it. And he was like, oh, she's there. And, like, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know.
And it's like, he smiled. Like, oh, God forbid he smiles when he knows that you're standing right there.
I don't know.
And then she's like, he took multiple trips. Like, yeah, you ordered a bunch of groceries.
Week's worth of groceries.
And then she's like, he sat in his car for 3 to 5 minutes. Like, he's working. He needs to get the next order.
Yeah.
Like,
that part doesn't bother me.
I don't think any of it bothers me, except the part where it's the wrong profile. And I guess, like, the reaching for the handle is weird, but, like, I could see someone just really reading social cues wrong, especially if he could see her. If it was a house where he could see her and he knew that he heard the door unlock.
Probably.
So like maybe he heard the door unlock and it took like another second, and I don't know. Sometimes people just read the room wrong.
Just to play devil's advocate.
No, it's not even devil's advocate. I feel like you're just right.
No, I was just gonna say, like, which I also hate to say, like, play devil's advocate. Like, people recently have been like, why would you advocate for the devil? And I'm like, oh shit.
I heard someone say that before and I lost it. That is the funniest argument. Why would you want to advocate for the devil?
Shouldn't advocate for the devil.
You're like,
but
shit.
Just to play the other side of the story, like, we weren't there, and maybe this person wrote this post because there were so many social cues that really did scare them.
I guess.
Like, maybe it was worse than, like, anyone's making it out to be.
True.
Like, maybe he was sitting in the car, like, facing her front door, watching to see if she would come out, or, like, I don't know. I wasn't there, and maybe she didn't put all of the detail in. You could very well be right. Like, she could be blowing this out of proportion because it is hard to read people, but we could also be negating how serious it could have been because we didn't write the story.
Which I probably am doing. I know. I'm like, I know what I would do. Like, in my situation, I would also be freaked out. If it happened to my friends, I would tell them, oh my God, report him. Like, I would agree with everyone, but I'm like, for some reason, why does part of my mind think that there's not that much that's weird about this? Other than the profile thing, the man, the woman thing, yes. But like, smiling when you know someone is right behind, when your customer that you just chatted with over text message for an hour or half an hour, whatever, is right behind the door, giving them a smile and then walking back and forth to your car a few times. Like not everyone is a serial killer, but I think that we should,
but serial killers could be doing your grocery shopping for sure.
Totally.
Because that could be how they get people.
I don't know. I think I'm really just like, why do I feel like this isn't that weird based on my typical thought processes?
I don't know. I'm scared of everything. Like, when I'm walking to work in the morning, I can walk by the most innocent looking person and I'm like, oh, human. And I'm like terrified that they're going to do something to me.
I know.
I literally, no matter who I walk by, they could be like half my width, half my height, and I'm just walking by someone and I'm like, hand on my pepper spray just in case.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, I just am a crazy person. So that's why my mind jumps to like worst case scenario.
I think I'm thinking of times where maybe this is why I'm like, okay, that's not that weird. I've definitely heard people tell me stories, whether it's like a friend or a family member, and they're like, this weird thing happened and then I did this, and I'm like, okay, nothing's weird about that. Like, you just want a story to tell. Like, nothing is weird
just
about
like
that.
Because like a lot of our family members can be dramatic and love drama. So like, they'll tell stories that aren't weird to make them dramatic.
I'm like,
because they want something to talk about. And it's like, just keep in mind that this isn't your cousin or your aunt telling the story, Kelly. This is
but it's
someone else.
Cousin or aunt.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna continue.
Not everyone has a cousin.
True. I'm gonna continue to gaslight the OP. You're blowing it out of proportion.
Oh my God.
You should have invited the driver in.
I think you're doing the right thing, OP. I think you are.
I'm just
Don't
kidding.
listen to her.
Don't listen to anything I just said.
Kelly has a lot of dramatic family and friends, and I might be one of them. I might be. But in this case, I'm on the right side of the story. And
I'm
lock
wrong.
your deadbolt tonight and sleep with one eye open, because that's what I would do.
I'm wrong, but I can't shake the feeling. I'm like, I can't convince myself that I'm not wrong, but I am wrong. But I know I'm wrong. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling weird, but I needed to share.
She's wrong.
I'm wrong, but like, why do I feel that I'm not wrong? I don't know. Whatever. I'm just just like that one OP's asshole mother. I'm just keeping it real.
No,
I'm like
think
spreading drama.
Right
I'm gaslighting people. I'm putting people in uncomfortable situations. I am destroying relationships. I'm just keeping it real. I'm no better than her mom.
You're not.
Don't listen to anything I just said. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you're okay, OP. Your mind's in the right gutter with mine, because I'm the same way. I walk by literally anyone on the street and I'm like, it's a trap.
I just feel like sometimes people read social cues wrong and they're like, that was so creepy. And I'm like, that's just a person who didn't think that their smile was going to come off as creepy, and that's kind of sad. But like I said, I 100% think we should all keep our guards up and not trust everyone that we encounter, and keep your doors locked and do everything that OP did. I just wonder if the exact same situation happened, but it wasn't the wrong profile photo, or like she expected a man and then the man did all of that, it's like, would you still think it was creepy? I don't know.
Would I personally, if I was playing Minecraft or Sims, think it was creepy if that happened? No. However, I am creeped out by all strangers, and I would have still locked my door no matter who showed up.
Yeah.
Whether they were the person in the pictures or not. I don't open the door for anyone or anything. Maybe a puppy. Maybe if there was a little puppy out there.
Erin, that's how people get kidnapped. That's literally the first line in the book, the kidnapper's book. I have a puppy. Want to come play with it? So you're saying you would go.
You read the kidnapper's book?
I read it in Minecraft.
I would probably open a door for a puppy. Yes, I would risk it for that. Anything else?
She's no better than me right now.
I'm risking my own life. You're the one telling OP to risk her life.
I'm the one gaslighting OP.
Yeah.
Being like, you're so dramatic.
I'm out
You're trying
here
to
like,
keep yourself safe.
If there was a puppy knocking on the door, speaking English, begging me to let it in, I'm opening the door no matter who's behind the puppy.
You're like, open up. It's a puppy out here. And you're like, how the fuck are you saying that? You're a dog. I can talk.
I'd be like, what a special puppy.
Yeah. OP, I'm so wrong. Okay, don't listen to anything I said. Okay, nobody listen to what I said. I was wrong.
You're right, OP. Keep your doors locked, your deadbolts on, and sleep with one eye open, and your pepper spray next to your bed. The end.
Hope you guys liked this episode.
And if you didn't, sleep with one eye open.
True.
Just kidding. Not for me. Kelly read the kidnapper's book.
We are not. All of that was satire, and we're not threatening anyone.
And that was only if we were playing Sims or Minecraft. And don't forget our offer to come to our Taylor Swift party.
Oh, yes. If you're in Philly and you're going to go to the Taylor Swift shows, message us so we can, if we're going to the same show, we can meet up.
Yes, please do.
We
love you. We appreciate you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.